What up, y'all? This is your boy Juro. Just want to put something out real quick. I know you are in the beginning of your week, and I hope wherever you are well, your feet are grounded, sidestepping the negativity, always placing God first in all that you do, but more importantly, loving yourself more. It's no surprise that you are feeling the energy that you're feeling right now, and it's got you scratching your head, and you're starting to take stock of not only where you are, where you've been, but you're also making proper steps on your direction. You're starting to make that concession to yourself that you know that there's something better for you, as well as you know what you do not need. I commend you on that, but there's a reason for everything that's occurring too. You know how I keep echoing to each and every one of y'all that no matter how hard you try to reinvent yourself, no matter how hard you try to compartmentalize the challenges, maybe because of obligations, maybe to distract what the reality is, there is one thing for certain, and that thing is that you can't run from you. There is only one you. There will only be one you. So the weight of responsibility falls on your shoulders. No one's going to be able to fix or correct whatever may be your challenge today. What is required is that you finally admit to yourself that you deserve to have the things you need and sidestep the things that were only distractions and wants in your life. Why? Because, see, God got something better for you. That's why anything that's done with man's hands is made temporarily, seasonal, because man will never be able to tap in or be able to have the banner of making it last forever or forever because he's not God. But see, I also understand right now there's a lot of people going through drastic changes. You know, like I always say, it was all good yesterday to wake up into a new season or something is revealed itself and it's got you a little perplexed right now. Let me tell you something. The devil's a liar. It always is, always will be, and the end goal is you got to make a conscious decision because you are standing in the midst of your crossroads. Therefore, that free will and that unconditional love that God gave you the moment that He placed that breath of life in you, now it's about truly seeing the value of your worth. See, it's no surprise you're waking up now. It's no surprise you are taking stock of what was revealed to you. You might not even understood what was being revealed to you, but one thing for sure was there was a divine reason you were placed there to bear witness to it. It's the lesson. Sometimes we are exposed to things that do not directly have an impact on us, but subconsciously it does. I kind of look at it as more or less like a cheat sheet, but really all it is nothing but insight to validate what you need compared to what was a want. But I'm a firm believer of this. Before anything occurs that is not in your favor, you got to sign off on it first. And I'm a firm believer that devil, that devil will use any tactic, will use anything, because you know demons got to stay employed, y'all, because they know that if they don't do their work, guess what? The reward is going to be that lake of fire, and they ain't trying to go there. So they don't mind wrecking your life. They don't mind wreaking havoc on you. They don't mind putting blinders in front of you so that you can willfully sabotage yourself, because that's what they do. But even with demons, before they can act on this earthly realm, they gotta have a host. You know what those hosts are? Are those people that do not know themselves. Those people who have willfully decided to, well, this is the best it's going to be, and I'll just accept it. No. As long as you got air in your lungs, as long as you got that beautiful mind, you can change any situation you got. But the key to that is seeing us, to understand what it's going to cost you. You got to understand, y'all, your greatest commodity is going to be your time. Time is money. It is valued as such. But you got to also know this too. It's not surprised that they used that parable, keep your enemies closer. Well, keep your family close, but keep your enemies closer, that it was said. Because guess what? Those are interchangeable roles. But the common denominator is you. So if you are in a rough spot right now, if you feel that you got your back on the wall right now and you don't have any support and you're scratching your head and you don't know what to do, or even if you just admit to yourself you are afraid, you don't know what direction to go, I say to each and every one of you this: be still, have that conversation with God. You're not a mistake. You're not a regret. But it matters not until you decide to love you. What do I always convey to y'all? You are the VIP of your life. There are going to be many of people that are going to want to know your story. There are going to be many of people that are going to want to try to walk with you. There are going to be many of people that are going to try to say, do, whatever it takes to align themselves. Why? Because they see your uniqueness. They see something about you that you don't see yet. But I'm a firm believer of this too. We are what we attract, y'all. There's no escaping that. So if you got a root in your heart, a jagged peel in your spirit, and you don't understand up from down, and you just don't understand, maybe the answer has been there the whole time. Well, one thing's for sure we can agree upon. He's been there. He never turned his back on you. We always turn our back on him. And he created us. That's what I'm saying. So guess what? You're going to make it through whatever your challenges is going on right now. You're going to be fine. But you can't start to unlock those steps needed until you decide to take accountability and claim your life back. Because guess what? You're not on this planet to run from you. You're born on this planet to grow. Each one teach one, right? Right? And the worst thing you could do is this: harbor hate, harbor discontent, hold grudges, or have a prideful spirit. See, that prideful spirit is the number one tool that the Jezebel spirit operates under. See, first of all, Jezebel spirit loves people that want to gravitate towards God. She attacks them as much as she can. Why? Because she hates God. Two, she hates love. See, even in the story in the Bible, she wanted status. She didn't want security. I'm not talking about security that you buy. I'm talking about security that is found within yourself, like a good friendship. Because a good friendship is really nothing but a description and a display of unconditional love. So if you're not talking to your friends, if y'all not seeing eye to eye, or if it feels like you take for every 2 steps that you take, you feel like you're pulling teeth and got to go back 5, let me tell you something. What you're really feeling and what you're seeing is a mirror reflection of what's found still in you. And it's still in you because you won't admit that something's broken. So you can't heal something that you won't acknowledge that is there. So ask yourself this: when you're going to get tired of holding that pain in, carrying that emotional backpack, living in denial, when you going to quit? Because guess what? The people, the events that align to your life right now already think that you're going to fail. And guess what? They also know that right now, until you decide to stand up, dust yourself off, start the healing process, get closer to God, they know that they can come and go as they please and make you their emotional slave. How about spiritual? Because trust and believe, there are people that wake up every day with the impression and the belief that you will never grow. Why? Because misery loves company, y'all. Only we can break our own chains. Those are known as soul ties. How about soul contracts? You know, the devil loves those because those tend to last through generations. hmm So, if anything, don't do it for them, because if they don't have a relationship with God, they don't deserve to hear you breathe. And they are the reasons why you are holding yourself back but are too afraid to admit it to yourself. So, pretty much, they're just nothing but a placeholder and a distraction from you. But the sad thing about it is, the people that genuinely will have your best interest, that will genuinely show you what love is, that will genuinely possess the key to the other side of your life, which requires you to be still, to embrace harmony and inner peace. So you can't buy inner peace, y'all. You can't. Trust, there's been a many of people that have tried and come and gone on this planet and left a whole lot of stuff behind and they were miserable. Why? Because they didn't know them. That's why I always echo, take the price tag off you and start loving on you. Then you'll see not only how strong you are, you'll also start to see your purpose. And lastly, you'll actually understand why you went through what you did. Because see, that person down the road is a blessed person and they got a story to tell. We know it as your testimony. And that testimony is going to empower. It's not going to enable. Think about it this way, Queens, and I'm going to shut my mouth. Do you see the climate of society today? How about all the little girls and little boys that are out there now? And look at their position. Looks pretty scary now. Now, some of us that may be blessed to see the elderly golden years, this looks very disturbing now, doesn't it? But you know what's real tragic? Is people that are in the position are not teaching those who will come behind us. So guess what? What is a tree without support trying to grow? It won't grow straight. Live your dream by loving you. Nobody cares how strong you are. They don't care about that because that ain't nothing but an illusion. I think you know that too. And guess what? The moment that you decide to start doing the work, guess what? You'll tap into your abundance. I know that some of y'all are struggling with your finances right now. You don't understand. It seems like you're doing it for nothing because there's something inside you that you have to work out. That's to get your attention, or maybe let someone go. Why are you towing their rope when they should be able to hold it with you? God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, help me discern mine. You're more precious than you ever could imagine. But it matters not until you love yourself first. Be blessed, y'all.